Hey folks, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week and all that jazz. We've got our friend Nurses back on the channel today. He's made another exclusive submission. Super dope. But it's pretty cool. We've got a few artists now. Some of them deathcore one-man bands, some black metal one-man bands, and other stuff like that, who we're following along with. They've been with the show a while now. They've been going a year or so. So we've seen them kind of evolve over that time, put out different releases, put out different quality of stuff and stuff like that. It's all getting better. It's all stepping up as they're going along. And this guy's one of those guys I think we're following along with nicely, which is pretty cool. Now, he's not strictly a one-man band. And what I think this guy's do, I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen it with other deathcore vocalists, because the deathcore vocalist is one of those guys, more so than really any other style of heavy music, where the vocalist really takes working their throat out seriously. And they purposely practice trying to use the different areas of the throat, the ways to compress the sound and all things like that, the tongue placement, the cheek placement, the jaw placement, all of that stuff affects the tone of the vocal. And these guys work that and try and kind of put a science to that stuff. And because of that, I think a lot of these, the guys who do that stuff see themselves almost like you'd see a rapper in hip hop music, where they're the star of the show, they're the vocalist. And because they've put so much effort into doing the vocal and getting the different styles down, that they're kind of like a band within themselves, you know, like you'd have a star vocalist in another band, and you've still got a band behind them. And this guy uses producers and stuff to make the music. He uses guys to do the mixing and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure he does all the recording of his vocal, mixes his vocal, gets the sound of his vocal how he wants it and stuff like that, to send over to the mixer and everything else. So yeah, it's kind of like a vocalist one-man band in a way. Very, very cool. I think it's very cool, very new school. And I just love the way that these guys take the effort, as I say, to really figure out their throat and practice their throat like you practice a guitar to get really good. It's very, very cool. So the new track he's got for us today is called Kingdom of Wolves. This is featuring the dog park incident. He wanted me to mention as well that the instrumental credit goes to Ryan Herrera. So he always has a super heavy track to go along with the music. So let's check this one out today, Kingdom of Wolves. You can hear all that practice in his throat. I wonder if that was Dog Park Incident doing all that ranting and raving. It sounded pretty cool though. Heavy. Cool one. Now the only thing I'd say about this one, sorry about the mail, is the drum sound. I thought the drums sounded like they'd had all the guts taken out of them. Like the kind of all the low end of it had been passed out, and I think it would have been it would have sounded heavier in the music because the guitar sound was nice and heavy. It was nice and bassy, but I think it would have sounded heavier in the music if it had a bit more low end to the actual drums. Now I don't know if that was a stylistic choice and he was going for that kind of that sound within the mix to make it sound different or whatever. But for my personal taste, I would have liked a bit more weight in the drums to make them, hit with more of a thud than a kind of ting. So yeah, it was cool though. I enjoyed it. Heavy vocal, of course. We knew the vocal was going to be heavy, lots of layering up. I'm not sure which part the Dog Park Incident was, but if it was that ranting and raving section, I thought that was cool because it was kind of like it's almost like how you'd have a spoken word section, but with a hype behind it, and he had the gravel in the throat as well at the same time. So yeah, very, very nice. Cool job. So hopefully you've enjoyed that today. Hope you've had a good week and all that stuff. We'll see you over the weekend for some cool bands. We got some metal with attitude and stuff lined up for the weekend. So hope you have a good one, guys. We'll see you around. Bye.